back. You said something about hot girls not paying their way to anything.
Yeah.
So does that totally go against your philosophy about guys not paying for anything?
I always tell guys how not to pay, but generally hot chicks get everything paid for.
So you steer your men
to not pay.
Your philosophy away from hot girls.
No, I steer them away. I tell them how to get hot girls without paying.
But generally, hot girls get everything paid for.
Generally, they do because, let's face it, even the number one radio show in Los Angeles probably has 10% of the audience. That means 90% of the listeners are not listening to that show. So the hot chicks generally have a part of the 90% that pay for everything.
Oh, I see.
But I tell the boys how to get hot chicks without paying. The trick is to make a woman think you've got more than you've got, to flash the cash but never spend it, to lie about what you do for a living. Then you get hot chicks. Later on, when it comes time to pay, you already got what you wanted. You're long gone. You've already seen them naked. That's it, done.
Huh. I mean, you realize that there's a lot of men out there that will just, give out cash.
Oh, I know. Oh, believe me, that's why I do this show.
You mean
Yeah, so I know that.
So you're trying to bait them away.
Telling them what not to do, yes.
Interesting. So what do you think about, the guys that do that? Are they just, idiots? Or...
Yeah, they're idiots.
Okay.
I mean, I'd tell you what, are you a hot chick? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
Yeah, you know what's really funny?
I wouldn't pay to go.
I'm probably doing a big disservice to where I work, but I work for a go-go bar. And we don't even take our clothes off or anything like that. It's bikinis. And guys just give us money, constantly just for being cute.
They're fools.
And there's a huge...
Not to mention, when you're not at work, I'll bet there's a guy who sees you naked for free.
There is. In fact, my boyfriend is broke-ass poor.
There you go.
Sorry, I can't say that, huh?
Yeah, you could and you did, and...
Sorry.
How did I know that? You see, your boyfriend is broke.
Yeah.
And all the guys who never get to see your nipples or your pubic hair, they're paying, and the guy who sees everything doesn't have any money at all. That's what I try to tell the boys. They're not listening, but I keep telling them.
Well, it's just really funny. I'm trying to figure out the whole psychology behind it. Because I feel in strip clubs and stuff, it's we probably
you have, just like I tell the boys, you have no respect for men who spend money on you.
Well, I just find it kind of sad, I mean, I can understand about the guys that are they've been with their wife for about 15 years.
I'll bet your boyfriend has heard our show, too.
Huh?
I'll bet your boyfriend has heard our show.
Yeah.
Of course he has.
Kind of.
Yeah, dear, instead of disproving my point, you're proving it over and over and over here.
How so?
How?
Yeah.
Because.
Yeah, because he didn't have to spend a cent on me, and then he still gets, action.
Right.
But he's hot.
He's hot?
He's really, really hot.
What's he, a musician or something? What band is he in?
He's not a musician. He's he's an artist.
An artist. And what does he do for a living?
Electricianal stuff.
Oh, yeah, right. Probably works at...
I would be dying right now.
He works at,
if he was hearing that.
He works at, Kinko's, right?
What?
How many copies do you need? I'll give these back to you by 7 o'clock. Is that okay?
What does that mean?
Where's that cute little Kinko's apron?
Oh, shoot. Tom, you are so right on about a lot of things. I don't know. Do you actually really, really, really practice what you preach? If there's a woman out there who is hot, who's making a lot more money than you are, would you be, okay with that?
Of course. Not only would I be okay with it, I announced on the air that if there's a hot chick who makes more money than I do, who wants me to quit my career, I will stop today.
Really?
Yes. Haven't met one yet.
You with them when they reach 30, right?
Well, let's put it this way. If they got that kind of money, I could learn to be more attracted to them. All I do is get them a pair of crotchless panties made out of $100 bills.
And who's going to touch your heart, Tommy? Who's going to touch it?
Tell you something.
You break it.
You're wearing crotchless panties made out of $100 bills. You can touch my heart anytime.
Okay, Tom. I guess you've set me straight.
From Los Angeles, it's the Tom Leykis Show.
Oh, God.
And now, here he is, Tom Leykis.
Thank you for tuning in to the Tom Leykis Show. This is where America gets together to talk about the issues you really care about. It's a different kind of a radio talk program. We're the radio talk show that is not hosted by a right-wing wacko or a convicted felon. No. I am your host. Write down our toll-free telephone number. You're going to need it. It's 1-800-5800-TOM. 1-800-5800-866. Thank you for tuning in. Thanks for being part of our program. We appreciate it. Here we are together again on the radio. Have you ever had a relationship with somebody who is really, really lazy? Really, really lazy. There are signs that somebody is really, really lazy. Now, I'm not saying that they don't do anything for themselves. I'm not saying that, when they're into doing something, that they don't do it, like when they have a shopping trip to get something they want to buy, like a car or a boat or clothing. They run around doing that. Jewelry. Guys, I'm sure your girlfriend could find time to run around to jewelry stores and look at 2-carat solitaires. I'm sure she has time for that and the wherewithal to do it. Ladies, I'm sure if your man wants to go to the NBA Finals, for example, or the World Series, I'm sure he'd sleep out in the puddles, in the mud, with a wristband on, waiting for the box office to open. I'm sure of that. But when it comes to you, little things, I'm not even talking about the big things. I'm talking about the little things. Have you ever been with somebody who can make the littlest things sound like the biggest effort in the world? Let me give you an example. This one, boys, you'll be familiar with, right? Ever turn to the woman you're with and say, "Honey, I want to show you something here on the web. I just found this great website. Here, I want you to come here and look at this." And here's what she says. "Could you read it to me?" "Well, no, I can't read it to you. You got to come see it." "What's the matter? You couldn't just read it to me?" "Well, no, there's pictures and audio. There's like a little clip here. You got to see this." I got to get up. I got to walk all the way over to the computer. I got to sit down. I got to sit and look over your shoulder while you press the buttons. Couldn't you just, send me the link? Here's another example. "Could you get me something to drink?" This is not you. This is him or her. "Could you get me something to drink?" Couldn't you go get it yourself? "Well, I'm sitting here and I'm flipping the channels, and if I had to get myself a drink, I'd have to put the remote down, I'd have to get up, I'd have to walk outside. I'm going to miss half the show." Try this one. "How would you like to go out to dinner with me tonight?" Why don't we just eat in?" "But I've got this great idea. We're going to eat at a great restaurant. It's gourmet food, nice bottle of wine, all the stuff I tell you not to do, right?" Oh, but if I have to come down there, I've got to go take a shower, and then I have to wash my hair, and then I got to look and see if I've got anything to wear, then I got to get dressed, then I got to take the car keys, I got to leave the house, I got to go to the car, I got to put the key in the ignition, and then I gotta start the car, and I gotta put my foot on the gas, and I gotta go in a forward direction, and then I gotta turn left, and then I gotta get to the restaurant, and then I gotta give the car to the valet, and then I gotta take the ticket from the valet, and then I gotta walk around the car, and I gotta go to the restaurant, and then when I get there, you're not gonna be in the front of the restaurant, and then I'm gonna have to ask the maitre d', are you there? And then they're going to look you up, and then I have to know if you had an 8 or an 815, because they don't see your name. Then I got to take my cell phone out, and then I have to call you on the cell phone, and then you might not answer the phone, and I might have to leave you a voicemail, and you know how you get. You don't check your voicemail, and you never return your calls, and then I'm standing there in front of the restaurant waiting for you to come out, and you're not there, and then I have to ask again. Taking the simplest things in life and making them sound like there's 100 steps to everything. Everything. So that life just seems like one big effort. Everything's a big effort. All right, I'll tell you what. I don't have time to come pick you up, so here's what we're going to do. You drive over there. I'm going to give you the address. I'm going to meet you there. Why don't you just come pick me up? Because I'm running very short on time, I'm not going to be on time. I don't want to be late. So you get in the car. Here's the address, okay? 1247 Wilshire Boulevard. You get in the car, you drive down there, and I'm going to meet you over there, okay? 7:30, I'm going to be there. I'd really rather you pick me up. Why? Because if you don't pick me up, I got to write down the address. I got to pick out a piece of paper. I got to take it with me. I don't know my way around. Maybe I don't know what street this is on. You know what I get like. I get in the car. I overshoot the address. I'm in a bad neighborhood. Then I try to call you on your cell phone, and you never answer, and I leave you a voicemail, and then I have to wait for you to call me back while I'm circling around and around the block waiting for you. Couldn't you just find the place? Couldn't you just, find it? Well, I could. Now, you could be a man or a woman, by the way. This is not limited to women. And do not take this as a knock on women. You could be with somebody who is so terminally lazy that they make everything sound like an effort. Everything. Everything. And it gets to be a real drag after a while, you know? God, it gets to be a drag. They make you feel like work, like life is too much work. After a while, they're fatigue, their disinterest in everything, their short attention span, their boredom starts to rub off on you. Suddenly, maybe you're an energetic type who likes doing things, suddenly they start dragging you into the quicksand with them. Suddenly you're sitting on the sofa. Maybe it gets so bad because when you're in a relationship, you start taking the characteristics of the other person. Maybe you're the one getting dragged into the quicksand. Maybe what happens after a while is one of you is sitting on a lounge chair and the other is sitting on the sofa, and the two of you are sitting there. Are you getting up? You ever been in one of these relationships? You getting up? No. Why? I wanted a beer. No, I'm not going anywhere. Could you get me a beer? Why don't you get it yourself? Well, I could. And then you ever have two people like that? Maybe you are now one of two. Maybe the two of you just spend the whole day trying to figure out who can expend the least amount of energy. And that's the one that really gets to me. Why don't you want to come down to work and see me? Because I gotta get in the car, and I gotta drive, and there's all this traffic in L.A. I get in the car, I drive down there, and then when I get there, you're busy doing your show, and you don't have any time to talk to me. Are you in a relationship with somebody like this?
Tom Leykis. 1-800-5800-TOM. 1-800-5800-866.
In order, I scream, it's 3 o'clock, I gotta turn Tom Leykis on, and all my girlfriends think I'm crazy.
It's the Tom Leykis Show.
Tom Leykis, only on Hot Talk 1080 KOTK.
The Tom Leykis Show. 1-800-5800-TOM. There's our telephone number. All right. Here was somebody really, really lazy. Steve on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah.
How you doing, Tom?
Pretty good.
Hey, how's everything out there?
Do you care?
Yes, sir, I do.
Doing great.
Awesome. Hey, I called in because I wanted to complain about my wife. I'm sure she's probably not listening because she's too lazy to pick up the remote to turn on the radio.
I have to get up. I have to go over to the radio. I don't know if it's on AM or FM. I got to turn the dial. Sometimes the reception isn't good. I got to adjust the antenna. Why don't you just tell me what he said?
Pretty good. You know, he said it in a nutshell, but she'll sit there and drink beer all day long.
Oh, that really helps your energy level when you're drinking beer all day long.
And I don't drink that much. You know, Tom, I drink maybe 1 or 2 beers, and that's it. But we've got a baby together. She doesn't...
Was she drinking beer while she was pregnant?
You know, that's the amazing thing. She didn't.
Wow.
She didn't, but, you know, she...
So is she packing on the pounds now that she's had the baby?
Oh, yeah, just like you said in
there we go.
101, Tom. She's packing on the pounds. She doesn't care about herself or her looks.
She got what she needed. She got your sperm.
Yep.
And now she's got your money.
Oh, yeah.
So she does not have to perform anymore.
No, she doesn't. It's getting to a point where she leaves the damn diapers just sitting there on the floor.
Are you serious? So you come home and the house is a mess?
Oh, my God, you don't have no idea.
How bad is it?
I mean, it's pretty bad. I wish I could take pictures. You know, I come home and I got to clean up. You know, I got to clean up I mean, she leaves diapers on the kitchen table, for crying out loud. You know.
Do you ever tell her how you feel about this?
Oh yeah, constantly.
And what does she say? I gotta get up. I gotta take out a mop. I gotta get the end dust out of the closet.
Pretty much. All she says, "Can you hand me another beer?"
Oh my God! You know what? Just kill me.
Exactly. You know, I told her. I've been telling her this. You know, I try to be nice too. You know, and I'm polite about it. Say, look, you know, we've been married so long. You know, you were doing everything great before. You're picking up the underwear.
She doesn't have to give a rat's ass anymore.
The Tom Leykis Show. This is the Tom Leykis Show.
From Los Angeles at 1-800-5800-TOM. There you are living with someone lazy. This is Danielle on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hello, Tom.
Hello, Danielle.
Oh, my God, everything you say applies to me, I swear. Not just today's topic, but I've been with my man for 11 years now.
By the way, before you move on, you know why I know so much about this?
What?
I am a very energetic person, and I'm going to give you some examples. Okay, first of all, 4 days out of 5, I do the show standing for the entire 4 hours of the show. I happen to be sitting today because I made some rotisserie chicken before I came to work, and I was eating it here at my desk. But normally, I am standing to do the show, okay? I can bang all night, and I like to do that. And on top of that, I get up at 7:30 in the morning, and I am working.
Okay.
No matter how late I'm up the night before, I'm up the next morning working. All right. So when I'm around people like this, it drives me insane.
Oh, my God. Like the lazy people, definitely.
Yes.
It does drive me insane, too.
Tell me why.
Well, you know what? I can only speak on my situation, but I've been a working person since I was 13, not even legal. But when I first met him, he had a record company doing good. And after a few years, everything started going on me. You know, he quit his job, and I started taking care of things. And I didn't think twice about it. I'm the type of person, that's my man, I'm going to do it. And about 2 years ago, everything started falling on me completely. Do you know that last summer I came up with $500,000 on the stock market? And he's already spent $300,000 of it since then.
On what?
I don't know, like this book. Oh, sorry. Sorry. I bought him a car and I bought him a boat. Okay? After that, I thought he would be happy. You know, let's go have fun on a boat or whatnot.
At most, that's $150,000. That leaves another $150,000 he spent.
No, well, actually, the Benz cost about $40,000. Yeah, exactly, about $75,000. Yeah, I spent that on my own because he's my man. I love him. I'll do that. But you know what? He will not even do is buy me flowers if I'm in the hospital. Okay? I mean, I asked him to make a bank deposit the other week. He couldn't do that, and it was for his bank account.
Why couldn't he do it? Did he give you a reason?
Because he had been up all night long the night before on the computer, and it was 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Wow.
Okay.
He probably used up all the paper towels, too.
Something.
Kleenex.
You know, I give him so much leeway. Not just only do I give him and willing to give, or I was until recently, give him everything. I even have an open relationship with him. If he tells me he wants to go and meet another girl or have sex with another girl, I don't mind.
Oh, you are a sucker.
I just want him. The only thing I tell him is don't make it personal. Just don't come home and make it personal. Don't make it an affair. You know, one night stand, fine. Get it out your system. I know how men can get. I understand that. I choose not to do that. But, you know, hey, go for it. You know, now 11 years later.
He must be great in bed, those rare times he actually puts out.
Actually, it's really good.
Oh, there you go.
Because
why else would you put up with all this?
You know what? It's only because of the security thing. I thought it was security.
What security? You're the one making all the money.
Well, now it is.
What security?
Well, it's just the security of being with that person that you've known for so long and knowing that he'll be there for you.
But you don't know that. He's banging other chicks. He's spending your money. He's too lazy to do anything. How does he provide you with security?
Well, not anymore. I realize that it's not security. I've just been brainwashed.
No,
you know? I've been brainwashed.
I think it's another kind of whipped. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that too. That too, because he has turned me into a freak, and I like that. But, you know, it's only recently that I realized that, you know, this isn't working. I give him free reign. He can go bang other chicks. He can do this. He can do that.
Hang on a second, Danielle. Cynthia, What did you want to say to Danielle?
Daniel is so crazy. What's wrong with you? Why are you taking care of a man like that?
That's me. I'm just learning that it's not going to be happening very much longer, okay? We've been in the process of trying to break up for about 2 months, and we are breaking up.
How long is
How
it
hard is it?
now?
How hard is it?
It's very hard. We've been together for 11 years, so
Step
it's very
1,
hard.
call the hotel. Step 2, make a reservation. Step 3, give them your credit card number and expiration date. Step 4, pack a bag. Step 5, drive down to the hotel. Don't be like him. Oh, I'm going to break up. We got to talk about it. We got to figure out who owns what records, who owns what CDs.
But see, that's the thing. He's always had his own place. We've never lived together.
What?
He has his own house, and I have my own house.
Oh, my God. So you've been paying to get laid is what you've been doing, right, Cynthia?
She's
basically
crazy. I don't understand
I am.
it. She has money. Are you ugly?
Am I what?
Are you ugly?
I was just thinking that.
No, actually, honey, I modeled for Playboy and can
I
send
find
Tom
that very hard to believe. Very hard to believe.
I can send Tom the pictures. An ugly girl does not, just because that she's giving some man some money.
I always say the 10s have the lowest self-esteem.
You sound really stupid.
I always say that the 10s have the lowest self-esteem.
Okay, so everybody, so because I'm stupid and I'm realizing that, everybody who calls Tom's show is just stupid because they agree with him and they're trying to figure, you know, they're making comments. Everybody's just stupid, right? I don't think so.
You're amusing. Actually, you're amusing.
Okay, well, you tell us your deal, okay?
Dino would like to be your next boyfriend.
Tom, you actually...
No, you know what? Dino, not only would Dino like to be your next boyfriend, he'd be happy to, unlike your current boyfriend, he'd be happy to move in with you and live there.
Really?
See, I don't want him to move in with me. I've gotten used to my independence and I like it
Don't
now.
worry, he'd like you to be independent, but if you wanted him to move in and then pay all the bills, he'd be happy to have that happen.
Well, like I said, it's
and he will put out.
like I said, it's something that I'm learning not to do. And he pays his own rent. He pays his own stuff. It's just boring. He spends my money on, like going out, doing this, going to Chicago.
How does a person who doesn't live with you have access to your bank account?
Because when I first...
And his own bank account, your money.
Because when we had the company together, we opened up a mutual corporation together. So that's why I put the money together. So he has access to it, I do.
What was the purpose of that?
Not anymore.
What was the purpose of that?
Because we were opening up a corporation.
Doing what?
We're opening a magazine in the Northwest. It'll be out.
We are you. It sounds like it's you, not we.
Okay, well, I'm financially supporting it, and he's putting it together. Put it that way.
He's putting it together. So what exactly has he done?
Well, everything's set to go, and everything's fine.
Set to
ready
go.
To be in print and distribution in about another month or two. But I'm not sticking around.
I see. So he found a place to print the magazine. He rented office space for you. He hired reporters and photographers.
He hired
an editor. He is an editor.
Yeah, he's doing the whole magazine and stuff, editing and stuff like that. He's hired a photographer.
I see.
And all that
Have you seen a prototype of your magazine?
Yes, I have.
How does it
know
look?
for a fact. It looks good, actually.
So you think he's like a literary genius?
Well, no, I just think he tries. He has a lot of brains to try a bunch of different businesses, but they never succeed.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't follow through.
That's like Ralph Cramden on The Honeymooners. Ever see The Honeymooners? Ralph Cramden always had some brilliant scheme to sell some kitchen utensil or sell some product.
That's him. That's him.
Yeah, well, guess what? Did you see the later episodes of The Honeymooners? They never moved out of that apartment.
Well, that's them. The good thing about me is that I take all the money out.
No, you're still going to be living in the penthouse when it's all over.
Hopefully, I'll find somebody rich to take care of me. But no, I'm too independent.
Oh, what are you going to do when he's publishing the magazine and you own it? Is he going to keep working for you?
You know what? Check this out, Tom. When he started spending all that money, and I realized how much money was spent, I went back and I put it all back in the stock form, and the money, everything's in my name, and everything's mine.
So how is he spending your money now?
Well, he's got about another $1,500 still left in that account. I did leave that there.
Plus, you asked him to make a deposit in the bank. A deposit of what?
What do you mean?
Didn't you just tell me he was too lazy to go to the bank?
Yeah.
Why were you sending him to the bank?
To make a deposit. Oh, to make a deposit for some stuff for the magazine and some smaller bills.
I see. And you've been going over those expenses, and you know that he's not living off that money.
Well, he's living off of it a little bit, but he's not paying the rent. Yeah. He's having more of a good time with it.
I'll bet he is. That's great.
A big good time.
What do you think about that, Cynthia?
That's terrible. I mean, what difference does it make? You're still married, so what difference does it make?
I'm not married to him. I never said I was married to him.
Oh, okay. Well, what difference does it make? You're still taking care of him. What you're going to switch your personality? You're going to switch your personality from taking care of a guy to not taking care of anyone? It's in your nature.
You know what? I'd rather do that if I can still stay with the same. Excuse me, Tom, for saying that word. For staying with the same person that I am. At least I'm realizing something and moving on, and I could do that.
And if you're so fine and you have so much money, why don't guys flirt with you?
You're the one going there.
Don't men flirt with you?
Cynthia.
What's the
You're the one going there, Cynthia. You're the one talking about people's looks, and that never even came out of my mouth. Are you that insecure that you need to go after somebody you don't even know, talk about their looks?
You call the show, Dodo.
You don't know me, I don't know you. I wouldn't put you down.
You call the show, Dodo. You call the show. You call the show.
I know I did to make a comment about a man and a woman's relationship. It has nothing to do. Did I say I was married, Tom? Did I say I was married, Tom?
No.
That's terrible.
Okay, then. Like I said, if you want to call and attack somebody that you don't know about their looks, that's you. You have to be that bored. This is Tom's show. He asked for comments, and I called and commented.
This is the first time I've ever called in, and I just had to call in.
Well, I
just had to.
Okay, well, you know what? I already know that you were on hold before I was on hold, so you weren't calling in.
No, actually, no. Cynthia was only on hold for 22 seconds. She called easily 10 minutes after you did.
Okay, well, then I apologize for that because I'm big enough to do that. But still, to attack somebody you don't even know physically, just, you know what, you can comment about my relationship and stuff because I'm commenting on it. I'm giving you room to comment on it, but not about my looks because you have no idea.
Okay, let's switch that. You need psychological help then.
I can't even hear you.
She said you need psychological help.
Okay, well, maybe
Dump him. Dump
Maybe I do need
him.
a physical help.
Take your car back. Close the account. Dump him.
I would never do that. I will dump him, but I wouldn't take back anything. You know, that's my fault for getting involved with that and doing that. He can have the car, he can have the boat, and I'm going to take the jet skis, but I will leave him with everything and move on.
You're not going anywhere. You're not going anywhere. You're not going to do anything.
All right.
Yeah, you know what? I hate to say it, Danielle. I agree. Because how hard is it to break up?
Right.
It's very hard.
Take it as a man who's done it repeatedly. Here's what you do. You call a hotel. You make a reservation. You pack your car. You drive down to the hotel. Done. Done.
I agree.
You know, the minute you start sitting there going, the forks are mine, you can have the spoon. When you start going through that, you're never leaving.
Well, that's what I just said. I would never go through that. I'd take up what I got and what I know is to be mine.
Then it's easy. You could do it. You could do it tonight.
Yeah, I can. As soon as he gets back from Chicago.
Well, we can call him right now.
Call him in Chicago?
Tell him you're not. Tell him, don't come home. I'm changing the locks. Or don't come over here when you get back. I'm changing my phone number. It's easy. You don't even live with him. Look how easy it is. You close the bank account. That's simple.
Even after 11 years, you you can just walk out and just...
Dear, you just made the case. Why would you want to be with a guy like this?
No, I made the case. And he knows. I made the case, and he knows. I've been trying to leave for, a couple months now, But
you don't even live with him.
It's hard.
You don't even live with him.
No, I don't. No, I don't. But I agree with what Cynthia said and what you say. I need to move on.
You're starting to say, you know what? You're starting to sound, in terms of your relationship, you're starting to sound like the people I described. Well, it's not so easy.
Well, what do you want
to say?
What can I say?
I got to talk to him. We got to split up our stuff.
No, we don't have to split up anything. And I don't mean, and no, that's not how I feel. It's just that I've been trying, and it is hard for me. Maybe I'm not brave enough or strong enough, but it will happen.
Cynthia, tell her how easy it is.
It's so easy. All you have to do is make a phone call. Do it. Face your fear. What are you afraid of? Just do it.
Well,
face the fear.
I just have to face him face to face and tell him. I can't just do it over the phone. That's just me. I got a little bit more. I just got more respect. That's just me.
I'll call him.
You will?
Watch me. This will take 30 seconds. The Tom Leykis Show. At 1-800-5800-TOM. This is Tiffany on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hello, Tom.
Hello, Tiffany.
This is my first time calling in, and he'll probably get upset that I'm doing it.
Yes.
But I've been with my man for about 3 years, and he hasn't had a job since February. I actually gave him an opportunity to be a Mr. Mom. Stay home and I'll pay all the bills, and he can't pull his end of the bargain.
And what is at home?
At home, we have 4 kids.
4 kids?
4 kids.
Are any of them his?
Yeah, the last 2.
The last 2?
Yeah.
Now, may I ask why you need to have 4 kids?
I love my kids.
Well, why don't you have 8?
Oh, no, I'm done.
Why not? Why 4? Why not 3? Why not 1? Why not 7?
Well, it was going to be 3, but the last 2 ended up a double shot.
Okay. And were you married when you had the first 2?
Yes.
You were. And why did you decide you want to have kids with a guy you're not married to?
It wasn't planned, but we both wanted them, and we worked
well,
it out.
Well, then it wasn't planned because you both wanted them.
Once we find out, it wasn't something that we were expecting to have.
So you were using birth control?
Yeah.
And it didn't work?
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, what's your story?
Well, he hasn't had a job since February, and it's like pulling teeth to get him to get a job. So I gave him the opportunity to be a Mr. Mom and stay at home and
he couldn't hack it.
And he still can't seem to get his act together and take care of the kids and clean the house. I mean, I pay all the bills, bring in all the income, and he's just not doing it.
I see. Well, that's what happened. You know what? You're a single mother. You're not that high up on the desirability scale. This is the kind of guy you attract.
Tom Leykis. 1-800-5800-866. Tom Leykis. 1-800-5800-TOM.
That's the gentle way of telling someone they've gotten fat. Oh, I'm worried about your health, honey. Baloney. You're worried about having to look at that person naked.
The Tom Leykis Show.
Leykis.
send us an email. Our email address is my name. It's Tom@blowmeuptom.com. Tom@blowmeuptom.com. Call our comment line. The number is area code 310-842-9592. That's 310-842-9592.
The Tom Leykis Show.